Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we did go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, aka WandaVision Season 2.
Yeah. AKA America Chavez.
Season 1.
Yeah.
This movie, we're going to give a review, both spoiler-filled and spoiler-free. We'll do spoiler-free first. We have thoughts on it. Probably not all good thoughts,
no.
but yeah.
But you're allowed to like it.
You are allowed to like this movie.
But first and foremost, it was
Yeah, so before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 266,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do talk about pop culture. We've been talking about the MCU, talking about the direction of the MCU post-Endgame. And I gotta tell you, to be brutally honest, between this and Moon Knight, I am not excited anymore.
No.
My excitement that ship has sailed.
And we already know, like, Thor: Love and Thunder is already setting up to be something. Unless I hear glowing things about it, I don't think I'm even wasting my time.
Yeah, so spoiler free. Well, here, let's see what people are saying. The reviews are 78%. Yeah, that's okay. 91% audience score. That's actually dropped. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think it's gonna drop over the weekend.
Yeah, I think it's gonna do well.
Oh, financially,
I think it's gonna be like a lot of these movies that everybody who wants to see it goes see it like first weekend, and then after word of mouth gets out there, it's gonna decline.
Yeah, now, I mean, it's hard for me to... I didn't hate this movie. I definitely didn't love it. It is definitely a Sam Raimi movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's got all the trappings of a Sam Raimi movie.
I think Captain Marvel's a better movie.
I think Captain Marvel and Shang-Chi were both better than this.
Shang-Chi was definitely not a terrible movie, but...
Yeah. So that's kind of where it ranks. I've seen people say that they think it's worse than Dark World, Thor 2.
I don't know
that one was just boring. I mean, well, okay. So before you watch this movie, if you're gonna watch this movie, you damn well better go watch WandaVision, or at least know what the hell is going on with WandaVision, because Disney assumes that everybody that goes to see their movies from here on out also has a Disney Plus subscription and unlimited time. Mm-hmm. Because I think they're gonna, weave all these things together. Obviously, they're not gonna be standalone stories. Like I honestly thought WandaVision would be like a standalone kind of adventure. Like, here's how we get her from spoiler if you haven't seen WandaVision, but here's how we get her from the kind of the budget cut Scarlet Witch to the actual comic book Scarlet Witch. And then we'll do something with her later. But no, if you haven't seen the show, you're not going to know what the hell is going on. So make sure you have about 8 hours to check at the door to watch WandaVision.
I'm also going to tell you, if you're going to bring your kids, know that this movie is much, much, much more graphic than the other Marvel films and the MCU type movies.
Yeah, which I think some people are actually going to appreciate. I mean, it definitely gets the tone of some of the 70s Marvel comics right in that regard, the horror element of it. And they weren't kidding.
Yeah, that's definitely,
It brushes up against R in terms of imagery, I think. I mean, obviously it doesn't cross over, but it gets pretty close. If they had a couple of F-bombs in this movie, maybe some tits. They definitely
There would be no reason for tits. But anyway.
There's no reason for tits in Marvel anymore.
There's lots of tits, but they have to be well covered. No, see, tits are what takes over. They have to be well covered. But yeah, no, it's definitely not one. If you have a kid that's okay with horror-esque type stuff, then they should be fine. But just know that, because people were bringing their kids because they're like, oh, it's a MCU movie, and
yeah, and the weird thing is that like every trailer before this movie was a kid's movie. Every single trailer. There weren't any adult movies. They were all animated movies.
That's true. They were.
And it was they had Minions and Puss in Boots.
And they were doing a Puss in Boots. I was like, oh God, why? And it looks poorly animated too. Anyway.
They're doing another Puss in Boots, shocker. But there were 3 or 4 trailers and they were all kids movies.
They had Buzz Lightyear. And then this movie, which is very, very dark compared to the other ones. Yeah, that was weird. Not you mentioned it. I never thought about that, but yeah, that's a valid point. So, if you like it's very Sam Raimi type movie.
It is very Sam Raimi. I mean,
it's all over the damn place.
It's very Sam Raimi. Bruce Campbell. We got Bruce Campbell in the cameo. Of course, we had to. He does it in every movie.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to get the spoiler territory soon. But, I mean, if you really want to go see it, obviously. Because I'm not going to tell someone that, because inform your own opinion. Don't just listen to us.
Nobody does.
You know, form your own opinion. You might like it, and that's cool. I mean, there are some parts of it I do like, and there are a lot of parts of it that I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? But that's me. I do think it's a little weird because this is the MCU moving forward. I'm a little concerned.
A little concerned? I'm
Moon Knight,
very concerned.
and then this.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Moon Knight was boring as hell.
Well, not just that. It was all over the damn place. Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And I mean, I get it because they're trying to get like this whole psychological thing of having, dissociative identity disorder. But I'm just like, no, what this all reminds me of is like when they had Moffat doing Doctor Who, and he was like, look how clever I am. Like the whole damn episode wouldn't make sense to the end, and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. That's what Moon Knight reminded me of, except I was still confused. And this one's all over the place too. And sometimes it's in a fun way, and sometimes it's like, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about in the spoiler territory.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, you said about being a Sam Raimi movie. I would actually compare it to Spider-Man 3.
That's what I was thinking.
Because it is a Sam Raimi movie. There are individual scenes in the movie that are some of the best in the series for Spider-Man, but the movie itself is a clusterfuck. And that's what this feels like, a lot of corporate meddling. Somebody said that when I gave my first impression on Twitter, they said that it felt like 5 movies crammed into one, and I think that's very accurate. Because tonally, it is all over the damn place. Like, it's a horror movie, it's a rom-com, it's a, teenage, tweenage drama, it's a,
America Chavez is most definitely a MacGuffin.
She is.
Yeah, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But, okay, so let's go into spoiler territory. So,
well, I was going to should we give a rating before we get into that?
Oh, okay, we can.
Yeah, what's your rating?
I don't know, like 2, 2.5.
I would say very middling. I would say I'm gonna say probably 5 out of 10 or 2.5.
Yeah, I'd say 5 out of 10, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, God knows we've seen some really bad, and I'm not angry about it like I was The Last Jedi. I'm just like, I'm looking at the MCU
You're
and I'm
used
like,
to it.
I'm just used to it anymore. I'm like, yeah, this is what it's going to be from here on out.
It's very unlike other MCU movies. It reminds me of Eternals and the fact that they had a director come in and said, okay, you do it your way. And they did, and that's great for it by itself, and that's creative and stunning and brave by itself. But when you put it in next to all the other movies, it's so far removed that you're like, "What the hell just happened?"
Well, so there's a lot.
Could be a good thing to some people.
I mean, it does feel removed from what we've seen with the MCU so far. There was a lot of drama, though. I guess they had Raimi reshoot like 80% of the movie or something. It wasn't coming.
That might be why it's so disjointed.
Yeah, it feels very disjointed. Now it does. I mean, again, it feels very much like a Sam Raimi movie. I mean, this is basically Evil Dead. Yeah, Evil Dead with superheroes.
It doesn't.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get into the spoiler territory.
So yeah, spoilers coming up. So I'm gonna count down from 5. If you go further than this, get spoiled. It's your own fault. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spoilers!
Yep.
Okay.
So if you get spoiled, it's your own damn fault. I don't want to hear about it.
Okay, so anyway, the plot of the movie takes place right after WandaVision, and
it starts out confusing. We're introduced to America Chavez, who is different but not different than her comic book iteration. She's much younger. She's not annoying. She's just very, very bland. Yeah, the actress she's, I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade at her because she's a kid.
She's a cute kid. I mean, she is.
She is a cute kid, but she's definitely the weakest actress in the movie. Yeah, she's definitely a MacGuffin. They start right out with Doctor Strange, a ponytail Doctor Strange, which is important for later.
Yeah, this is a different Doctor Strange.
Changing, one of the multiverse ones, with her trying to get to, what was it, the book of...
Vishanti.
Yeah, Vishanti. Yeah.
So there are, just comic book guy here, there are a lot of Easter eggs.
There are.
And I can appreciate that, especially with some of the cameos later. But, I mean, some of the Easter eggs just don't work. Like, we'll talk about Shuma Gorath. I think that was a huge waste.
Let's just go through it. So, and then basically they're being chased by some demon thing. They find out later it's a demon thing.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange gets hurt, and he's going to steal her power because apparently she can't use her power. She doesn't know how to use it. She has to, it's scared, and when she's scared, it automatically activates.
Yes.
And then he gets killed, and she sucks his body with her into our world.
Yes. And then we turn it into a rom-com.
Yes.
Where Doctor Strange is lamenting he didn't hook up with Gretchen. Is it or
no,
Regina?
It's Regina, but it's Christine.
Christine, yeah.
And Christine's getting married to some other guy who's a Doctor Strange fanboy, which is weird there.
And they never share a scene together, do they?
No. Like, she wants to introduce them, and then America Chavez pops up in their world, and that's when they get to the character that you were very upset about.
Yeah, so Shuma Gorath is in the movie, except I guess they're calling him Gargantos or something.
Yeah, I think it's Gargantos.
And they basically refer to him as, like, just a giant space octopus. They never refer to him by name either way.
He's literally an octopussy.
He's an octopus. He is yeah, because Shuma Gorath is basically a Lovecraftian monster, and incredibly powerful, and is just a disposable monster.
Now it's a tentacle eyeball.
Yeah, it's just a disposable monster, and it was like a big deal in Doctor Strange back in the day. You know, Shuma Gorath, and it's just like whatever. It's just a tentacle. Oh, a space octopus. You know.
Yeah.
So I was kind of disappointed in that, but they did the same with Starro in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Played it for laughs, and
pretty much.
You know.
So then Wong shows up, and they take out that thing, and then they end up finding out that she's from is from the multiverse, but there's only one of her in all the multiverses.
So she's the most special.
Right, the most special.
Yes,
There's one of her, and there's multiples of everybody else, but just one of her. And,
she is the specialist snowflake.
Right. So they figure out there's demons trying to chase him, and they figure out it's come from witchcraft. So he goes over to find Wanda to ask her to help them protect the America Chavez. And it gets slipped up. She says her name, and he's like, I never told you her. You didn't tell her name.
That is one of the most cliche things.
I know.
Always like, I never told you the name.
But
dun, dun, dun.
I have a question, though. He totally could see the only way to stop Thanos, and he talked about it at the wedding thing.
Yeah.
But he didn't see this coming.
Yeah. So there are some massive inconsistencies with the MCU, and I think we're going to see a lot more.
But it's just the multiverse. That's your excuse for everything.
That is going to be
multiverse.
The multiverse is going to be the catch-all for everything going forward, and nothing matters. Like our son was saying, he's like, nothing matters. Like, so-and-so dies, that's okay. Just go find a variant in another timeline. It's like
when Doctor Who said, when they changed the retcon Doctor Who, it's like, well, no, there's no stakes.
There are no stakes. Yeah, because that's it. Like, somebody dies, well, you just go find another one from a multiverse. Some actor quits, or they get canceled, that's okay. You just replace them with another.
They're going to have trouble here because they all look like that character. Like all the versions of Doctor Strange look just like him.
Well, yeah, except for Black Bolt's a different. Now see, here's where I'm confused because I'm like, did the Inhumans TV show happen or did it not? Because we had a different.
I think they're trying to step over it.
Yeah.
But,
it's comic book accurate, though.
Yes, which we'll get to, in a
minute.
Oh,
spoiler, Black Bolt's in it.
So, yeah, gosh. Anyway, so they find out, Wanda's coming for America Chavez, and why she's suddenly evil beyond evil and killing people to get to hers, because she wants her powers so she can go get her kids in another multiverse, because apparently in every other multiverse except this one, she has the kids.
For real. So... Now, in the comics, if I recall correctly, it's been a long time since I read Vision Quest, which is actually my first Avengers storyline I ever read, by the way. She made herself pregnant, I believe. And she made herself...
You can go do that now. Well, you have to. You need some help with, you can get some frozen friends and make lock yourself up.
Because our son's like, so...
Not, our son's did not come that way.
No, so... Because he's like talking about Vision. He's like, is Vision just like a vibrator or what is he? Because he's like, he doesn't actually... So I have questions about that too.
He's so good, he makes you see visions.
So I have questions about that too. Vision is still out there. And wouldn't there be visions in the multiverse? Wouldn't Vision come have a talk with her and be like, why you being such a bitch?
Yeah, you'd think. Or is he dead in every... No, he's not in ours because they made a new one.
Yeah, he's back. They got White Vision. He's flying around. So, he's still kind of sort of Vision.
It's probably racist now.
White Vision? We can't
probably.
I mean, you would think that they would bring Vision into this. They did not. That doesn't make any sense because... I mean, he could have just had a talking to with her.
Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision, which would have made sense. He would have been finding out what was up with the magic, and he didn't.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about, because this is where it starts to fall apart, because, he would have been very well aware of what the hell was going on in Westfield and involved in that, and he wasn't. He's just like, yeah, that's okay. You control a bunch of people.
That's fine. No. You did. He's like, that's okay. You made it right at the end. Now I need your help. We'll get you back in the lunchbox.
We'll get you back on the lunchbox.
I'm not kidding. That was literally the line.
That was some of the dialogue.
And then you're off the lunchbox when she started, attacking.
Yeah, it turns out she's, oh my God. So this is the thing. This actually damages, I actually liked WandaVision.
I feel like I'm mad because I liked Wanda.
And now she is batshit in the comics. She's been and off and on for years. She started out as a villain. She started out, Magneto's daughter. I don't know what they did now. They retcon that shit. I don't know what the hell's going on now. I don't care about new Marvel comics, but she's always been kind of back and forth, and she's done some really shitty things. But in this case,
it's like she went over the line.
Yeah, and she's gone over the line before, but then she kind of walks it back and usually comes back. In this case, though, she just went from, hey, that was really wrong to control people's minds, make them miserable. I shouldn't do that to be selfish. That's awful. To, hey, immediately after that, I'm gonna go get this evil book and I'm gonna become this evil bitch and go kill people.
Supposedly the Darkhold's making her more evil, but her own personality's trapped in her mind. They explained, but I mean,
kind of.
Now I will give Elizabeth Olsen credit. I thought she was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I thought, Benedict Cumberbatch was really, really good.
There were good actors. There were good scenes. There were some good concepts. I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. This looks kind of like a Bernie Wrightson thing. Yeah.
They'd lose you with other things like fighting with musical notes, which we'll get to in a minute.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah.
So anyway, now right within the first 20 minutes that she's the bad guy. That Wanda's the bad guy.
That's got pissed. I'm telling you right now, they're going to try to pander to Twitter with America Chavez. They're going to piss so many people off.
Oh, and they did go there with her two moms, but it really wasn't a big deal. It was actually a throwaway scene. They're in this other multiverse, and Doctor Strange steps on a thing that's supposed to record your memories, and it shows where the watch came from. And then she steps on one, and you see her two moms, and supposedly a little bee, scared her so bad that she opened a portal and sucked her moms through the hole. I mean, I'm sure they're good at sucking holes, but
Whoa,
they sucked them through the holes, and they're out there somewhere.
Holy menstruation, mamas!
Yeah, right.
Come back! No, but I was like,
that was it.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal, but I thought it was stupid that they're just like walking down the street in this other universe, and they just happen to step on a spot that triggers a flashback sequence for each of them.
To see that she had two moms. That's like, other than him mentioning your
button.
Parents, he says parents more, he says moms, or your moms. You don't even, that's all it was.
It was like it was designed to be cut out for China or something.
But I think what's funny to me was, they made a big deal about the Hong Kong branch and all that, which I was like, well, did you take some money? What was funny to me, though, was they went to other universes and red means go and green means stop. And I'm like, but yet her pride pin means pride pin in every culture.
Yeah, apparently. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it means very, very straight.
Maybe.
But
our son was always amused by her name. He's like, wait, she's an alien from another world, other planet, but her name's America Chavez. America.
Yeah.
He's like, what should I mean, it makes sense if she landed somewhere and then,
No, there's a backstory.
Yeah, but not in the movie.
Not in the movie. In the movie, it's like, yeah, I come from a planet of space lesbians that I accidentally killed. And then you travel the multiverse, and now my name's America, and I wear I'm America. Just so you know I'm America, I wear a jacket with the American flag on it, because America exists in all the...
Yeah, I'm from Merca.
Merca
Chavez.
Merca Menendez. That's her new name. Merca. That's her. There is an alternate reality version of it. It's Merca Menendez.
There you go.
Merca.
So, So this whole movie is basically about Wanda trying to because they know if she takes the power away from her, it's going to kill her. Knowing that, she's just trying to kill this kid to take her powers so she can go where her kids are. And then if anything else, he goes, why can't you just open a portal and just go where your kids are? Well, then if anything happens ever.
If anything happens to them ever, I need to be able to get them medicine. I got to have backup kids.
Right. So then she's like, okay. So then she's basically, how she's getting around and doing stuff is she's using that dream walking where she's basically possessing other versions of herself in other realities. And then the Darkhold gets destroyed. And then she has to go to, what is it called? It's a weird name. It reminds me of something like car in German.
Oh, Wunderheimen Windenspiel. I forget. Wunderhome or something. Whatever. Wonderbread. She went to the Wonderbread castle
and there was the demons waiting for her, and they thought they were going to attack, but no, they're here to worship her. And she's like, this isn't a tomb. It's a throne.
For the queen. Yes, queen.
I'm just like, wait, are you serious right now?
I mean, look, she has done shit like this in the comics. I mean, she has over the years, but I'm just like, that's not really a lot of character development to go from like, wow, it was really awful to control the minds of people in this town to, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just kill a bunch of people because I want my kids back.
I'm sure the Darkhold played upon her, desperation and sadness. And I'm sure that, that came into it in this version. But I was like, it really, for someone who's supposed to be so strong and so strong-minded, she sure as hell isn't.
It was actually a character de-evolution, I think, because, again, she was like, wow, I did some awful things. I have to live with it. Let's
That's okay. Every other Wanda's still okay.
Yeah, every other Wanda's good.
So then the other point of this movie, besides that, about basically, making Wanda, unlikable villain to make sure you get a reason to bring America Chavez in, so you lose another MCU character, is that Stephen Strange had to realize that he could never work with what's her name again? Christine, because it never worked. It never worked in any world, and that he's an insufferable asshole in every world except for ours. He's actually the only version of him that's not an asshole. Apparently, is in our world. Yeah,
but then it's too bad because that ship has sailed and she married another dude.
Well, I just mean in general.
It has the hots for him.
He's searching it for himself, and if he's happy and he basically isn't, and he's an asshole in every world except for this one. Am I wrong? Is that the point?
Yeah, and so they go to some multiverses, and they've got some battles, and...
Oh, we have to bring in the Marvel zombies, because,
I was going to say, and yes, he possesses the zombie body of himself, and we got the whole Marvel zombie thing going on, / Bernie Wrightson stuff, which I actually could appreciate, but there's just there are too many different movies happening all at once.
Right.
And none of them are terribly good movies.
Let's talk about the music battle.
Yes, there's a music battle with another Doctor Strange.
This is where we go into Spider-Man 3. It's not a dance-off.
No, it's basically a dance-off. They fight each other with musical notes, which may or may not have happened in the comics. I don't know, but it does not work in live action.
No. Yeah, so apparently...
It's really, really stupid.
He's fighting a version of himself, and he sees sheet music, and he makes the musical notes come to life and start attacking the other version of himself with it. They're shooting musical notes. Then he makes it he puts it on a staff, and then uses this and shoots it. I was like, what the... you lost me. You lost me.
Remember the cool battles in the first Doctor Strange where they're like warping reality and we've got the whole kaleidoscope thing going on and that's how they fight and it's really awesome and you've never seen anything like that ever in a movie? Yeah, we don't get any of that.
No, I think that's what the attempt was.
There was like one scene where you get the kaleidoscope effect where they try to trap Wanda. And that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, the attempt was to give you something you hadn't seen before, like with the musical notes. They did it a couple times where they tried to trap the thing in the beginning too. Yeah, but it's. And at the end of the movie, basically, how Wanda snaps to her senses is suddenly zombie Doctor Strange being controlled by the actual Doctor Strange from our world tells her that they're like, you have to steal her powers the only way. And she's like, it's okay, you can kill me, I understand. And really bad acting. And he's like, no, you have the power within you all along.
You've got the touch.
Yeah, and so she gets up and then she punches Wanda with stars. Every time she goes to a portal, they get stars, which I think is the stupidest thing.
I keep thinking the fighting game, the Capcom fighting game. It's like Stars and Stripes with Captain America.
Yeah, kinda. Oh, we forgot to bring about the Illuminati.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, so that was actually one of the best parts of the movie. So we jump to the end. So yes, what the world they go to with the red and green being backwards, and that's where Bruce Campbell sells pizza balls on the street. Punches himself repeatedly. And if you're staying for the after credit scene, it's basically the end of him punching himself.
Yeah, there's only one good after credit scene. The other one's just him saying it's over.
The other one's setting it up for Doctor Strange to lose his powers.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Is what they're doing.
Anyway, the Illuminati.
The Illuminati. So I can appreciate that. We actually got the Illuminati. We got John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Which most likely means he's going to be Mr. Fantastic in other iterations.
I hope it wasn't just an Easter egg because I think he would be perfect. A lot of people.
Well, most everybody else looks like themselves.
Yeah, Black Bolt looked like comic book Black Bolt. We got Peggy Carter is
Captain Carter.
Captain Carter now from the whatever cartoon thing I didn't watch. Then we've got Monica Rambeau's mom.
Maria Rambeau
as
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel in Monica Rambeau's comic book, The Silver Suit, which was interesting. And then, of course, we get Professor X from the 90s with his yellow floaty wheelchair and damn it, I wish they wouldn't have done this to me because I know it's going to suck. But they actually played, when he came in, when he wheeled him or flew himself in, they played the 90s X-Men cartoon theme.
They're trying to do that because they're going to do the X-Men show. Yeah.
Nostalgia bait. It was nostalgia bait.
But they're going to ruin that, too.
They snap his neck.
So that everybody dies, except for the one guy that's... he doesn't die. But they make sure they kill, the other Black Bolt and Mr. Fantastic first.
In horribly graphic ways.
Yes. They make sure because you have to get the men out of the way, right?
So, Mr. Fantastic, she freaking turns him into like spaghetti and then she blows his head up.
Yeah.
And Black Bolt, she takes his mouth away and then blows his brains out.
No, he makes a sound, and then because he can't go anywhere.
Oh, he blows his own brains out.
Right, yeah. and then they have the other women, and of course the ones that last the longest. And Captain Carter somehow lasts longer than anyone, which doesn't make any sense.
Well, she got cut in half, and then and then Monica Rambeau, Maria Rambeau, but she just has a statue land on her.
Yeah.
So she's probably okay because she's the best.
Right, and then they snap Patrick Stewart's neck. So
they snap Professor X's neck. It's like
so there's that. But anyway, we're gonna have to get this done. How the movie ends is how they snap her out of her craziness is when America Chavez is like fighting her suddenly with all her power because now she suddenly knows how to use it for no reason other than believe in yourself.
She's got the touch.
She gives her what she wants, which is she lets her see her kids. But then when she does it, they see her and they start screaming because they're like, who the hell are you? And then she's acting like a crazy woman and it hurts their version of one that's their mom. And then she's like, I wouldn't hurt you. And they're like, you're a witch, you're a monster, you're scary. And that's enough after she killed all these people. That's enough for her to be like, oh no, I'm bad. I'm going to pull this whole thing down on myself and destroy all the Darkholds everywhere. And that's the end.
The end.
Of that. Then Doctor Strange gets a third eye.
Then Doctor Strange gets the third eye. And then the mid-credit scene has Charlize Theron as Clea, which I think they're probably going to set up Doctor Strange losing his powers or something, and she becomes the new Doctor Strange.
Probably.
I mean,
I'm sure there's more to it than what we're saying.
Probably.
It's already going a half an hour, and it was just like... there were some things that were cool, and there was a lot of things that weren't.
It was basically Spider-Man 3. It was a Sam Raimi movie. There were some really good individual scenes, but by God...
Some of the actors were good.
Some of the actors were good in some of the scenes, but it was a clusterfuck. I mean, the movie was a mess.
It was funny, though, when Captain Carter's like, I could do this all day, and then she's cut her in half. That was pretty funny, actually.
Guess not. Lots of women died horribly in this movie. I'm really surprised that Disney allowed. We got crispy woman, and we got women getting cut in half, and lots of women died in this movie.
Well, Wong didn't die. He's not a woman, but
don't assume
being Asian is probably his superpower.
I thought so. Here's the thing too that's kind of irritating is Wong is still Sorcerer Supreme, which made sense when Doctor Strange was gone, but he's back now. But no, Doctor Strange respects Wong. He is Sorcerer Supreme, and he bows to him. And so we had two movies with Doctor Strange as Sorcerer Supreme,
which he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
No, but not now because he's a white dude, and that's problematic. Anyway, that is it in a nutshell. You know what?
I think I'm going to tell you the truth. My feelings on this with the whole multiverse
I'm more of a normie audience.
Yeah. So I think a lot of normies who have been... Because what they did with the MCU and why it worked is they took decades of comic book stories and they distilled them down into palatable chunks for normal audiences, and they weren't beholden to having all this lore and all this inside knowledge, whatever, and they could take these characters and kind of give you the basics, the Cliff Notes version.
And it was a cohesive story.
Yes. And now we're getting into the multiverse, and we've got, all kinds of issues, I think, that actually retcons some of this shit. And like I said, where the hell was Vision in all this? Vision?
And then, like you were saying, a comic book person might appreciate it more because they might understand those like Easter eggs and stuff. Or someone's a normie like me is going to be like, I don't like.
Why is there
I'm just confused. I don't care.
Why is there a green cow doing magic? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, I think Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be the same way. I think there's going to be a lot of Easter eggs in it, but ultimately it's just going to be for jokes, and it's going to end with Thor passing his kingdom to Valkyrie, King Valkyrie, and passing his hammer to Jane Foster, and then just kicking around with the Guardians of the Galaxy or drinking beer or some shit, you know. Yay, Thor. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty much out, I think, with the MCU. Like, I didn't even watch all of Loki. I watched part of it.
I didn't either.
I watched 2 or 3 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I did watch all of that. I watched all of them but Loki. I
watched all of Hawkeye. I actually did not hate Hawkeye. It was okay. But even Moon Knight was a chore. And I'm just like, I'm done. I think I'm done. I mean, I still think this movie is going to make a shit ton of money. I have no doubt.
I'm sure it will. Well, I think it'll do really well the first couple weeks until people start seeing it more. And then I think like Eternals is going to be like, what did I just watch?
Yeah, I think people are going to kind of quietly...
Still haven't watched Eternals.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. I think people are just going to quietly dip out from Marvel. I think that now... I think Spider-Man was like the big send-off for most people. And I think at this point, it's just going to be a lot of downhill hit or miss.
Need I remind you, they were talking about at the CinemaCon how they were going to go to their retreat to plan the rest of the MCU. And I'm like, I thought you already had a plan.
They don't have a plan.
They don't. I mean, well, they might go for one now, but at this point, these movies that are these Phase 4 movies are very disjointed. Like, you know, the other ones you could tell they were going in a certain direction and they were very, you know,
focused.
Yes, and that's not the case here.
No, this is just like basically every movie. And I mean, look, it was obvious before with Marvel that every movie was a commercial for the next thing. But this one, like I said, this movie didn't feel like a Doctor Strange sequel. It felt like WandaVision Season 2 and America Chavez Season 1.
It felt like Sam Raimi does, you know. Yeah. Basically, it's his movie with Marvel characters.
Yeah.
So if you like Sam Raimi, then you'll probably love this.
Yeah, I mean, stylistically, the movie itself is a disaster. Yeah. I mean, it's not great. We're going to wrap this up. Yeah. Those are our thoughts. Your miles may vary, of course.
If you like it, that's completely
free to like it. That's fantastic. But the fact that...
Happy for you.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Yeah, this one I was actually excited for, and I was very disappointed overall. And, you know, it was the opposite with Shang-Chi. I actually thought it was going to suck, and I actually liked it. So...
It was more focused, though.
Yeah, it actually had a story with a solid beginning, middle, end. And this is just like stuff's happening. Lots of stuff.
Look, isn't that cool? Doesn't that make up for story and characterization?
Yeah.
America Chavez, yay!
Oh, yay. Anyway, we can wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Now he's just tasty, delicious, rotten flesh meat, which I can consume. Don't read into it too much.
Just like our museum, the cafe's open and Brewster is eager to serve. I don't think this was in the show. Run. Oh, you got splatted. Oh, she was begging and you kicked her in the face.
I don't care.
Hey guys, Squid King here, and today we're in a...
Not girl boss at all. She is not a material girl.
She is not. Oh, it's Christmas time here in your mom. Nobody wants to join your mom.
What?
Like I can't even cook kid cuisine right. I would last about 2 minutes with Gordon Ramsay.
What? Where is he?
He's hiding. He's hiding from you.
He better.
Oh my God, you got the axe.
Walker, does this look like Steven Universe? Let me punch him. Well, I'm just here for the wax. Right where you belong.
Get in the dirt.
Well, that was a combination of events I probably shouldn't have put together. Anyways, let's open this bottle too.
Chica Pinata. Is that official?
Oh, no.
There's a bootleg.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, it's Diamond Tool.
Let's make a farm.
Like and subscribe and buy my merch.
I mean, while you're here, you guys should like really like and subscribe and buy our merch, all of which we have.
That is true. You can't run them carrying trash. You can get away with one F-bomb per PG-13 movie.
I wish I'd known that sooner.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap this effer up.
Yes.